Alright, guys. So, I took a fat nap. Um, I took a nap after work. It was very long, so um, I got extra sleep. So, I'm going to be back testing. So, yeah. And it's going to be more of a chill stream. So, meaning, whenever I say chill stream, I mean like, obviously, I'm not at my setup. I'm just listening to music and, we're just going to be looking around. So, but I have to say, hey Siri, turn the volume down. Hey Siri, turn the volume down. Hey Siri, turn the volume down. I have to say, I was totally right about this 15-minute fair value gap that was in discount. Do you guys see this? I called this really nicely. And we got expansion off of it exactly as I anticipated. And it almost makes me wonder like, I should have been able to capitalize on this move. There's no reason I shouldn't have. I didn't get in until I think a move over on this side of the curve, or where was it? This move here. And it's like, really, I should have been able to get in on this move. So we're going to try and figure out where I went wrong because I didn't go wrong anywhere. I just didn't see the opportunity, right? But I was aware, like, hey, we have a 15-minute gap here, right? Data low that got taken. And yeah. So align this with a 1 minute chart. The problem was, it was like, well, there were really two. Um, there were really two different moves up, right? There was the one where we instantly went up. This was Dark Phoenix, right? Where um, I said that the SMT with the data low was enough to just like cause a violent move, and that's exactly what you saw. You'll see that a lot with Dark Phoenix. Is you'll just get SMT with a really significant low, and then it'll just be a soup. Here, let's actually look at this more. Right, this is actually pretty fascinating. And we might want to check SB Pro to see if there was absorption there. Or maybe a trapped whale, because usually a move like this, that's this violent, probably wouldn't happen without a trapped whale, you would think. So let's check. Yeah, look, right? Data low, and then it's just a higher low, right? Almost makes me wonder if there was like a lower time frame rejection block. So look at this. So this is what I mean when I say Dark Phoenix, right? S&P, this is the rejection block on S&P, and it's being used, right? All throughout here, if I mark out the midpoint, It's kind of hard to see, but this midpoint is getting orders filled. I mean, we're getting orders filled at the midpoint deep into the rejection block. And this whole time, we don't violate the low, right? So it's almost like, I mean, it's really kind of incredible, honestly, right? If this, so this, the data low is taken on NASDAQ, it's not taken on S&P. We have a rejection block. The midpoint of it on S&P is filling orders. We get a low time from S&P with this low. It's like, when you understand all that, this pump makes a ton of sense. While we're stuck in consolidation, Artemis 2 mission just sent humans further than anyone in history. Literally went behind the moon and came back. We're living in a crazy timeline. Yeah, man, it's crazy, and a lot of people don't think we've been to the moon. Oh my gosh. Dude, I can't wait for us to go to Mars. That's gonna be fun. That is gonna be a crazy day. When do you think we'll go to Mars? Like, it'd be cool if it was soon, but they always say like, oh, it's gonna be in like 5 years or 10 years, and then it's another 5 to 10 years, and we still haven't gone to Mars. Probably though, it probably will happen like 2032. No, maybe that's too soon. Maybe 2032 we could go to Mars. That'd be cool. I don't know. What do you think? I might actually get rid of the fair value gap temporarily because it's not really my point of interest, right? My point of interest is this rejection block, right? This rejection block is the point of interest that is sponsoring the idea. So I'm actually gonna ignore that fair value gap. Obviously, that fair value gap was important, but not for this trade that I'm looking at right now. For this trade that I'm looking at right now, I just I'm trying to point out how the market will soup a low. Um, Hold on. I'm trying to show how if Phoenix model is happening on one asset with a very specific low, in this case it was a data low, right? So the rejection block being used with SMT is Phoenix, right? So I'm basically just trying to prove a point here. And you can go back on stream and you can see how I knew that this was going to be Dark Phoenix. It's kind of confusing, um, but yeah, basically if this is Phoenix model, right, using this rejection block, whoops. Look at that, right up for projections. That's incredible. That is just incredible. How cool is that? So let's also put a quadrant on this. I wish I had two screens because this is not fitting on one screen. But I said this was likely to happen. Why? Because it's a very specific low, right? I'll just switch back and forth. So do you guys see what I'm seeing here, right? We have stacked SMTs souping the rejection block on NASDAQ. S&P has stacked SMTs, but it's utilizing the rejection block. It's actually using the midpoint. So I know with a high probability this is going to be a soup, especially because it's happening right at market open. Oh no, it's gonna. I can't open Spotify. It's gonna switch it off my phone. So this is Dark Phoenix. When is Dark Phoenix gonna work the best? When it's a very specific low. Dark Phoenix is so cool, bro. Right, so basically, I'm gonna put some notes here to maybe make this make a little bit more sense, right? So obviously we have the fair value gap as well. That's besides the point. I mean, obviously the fair value gap is important, but for Phoenix model and Dark Phoenix, we are just paying attention to rejection blocks. And what's cool is, first of all, SMT with a very specific low. This is one of the strongest cases for Dark Phoenix appearing is when the low is a very specific low of interest. And yeah, right? I'm actually kind of curious, like, how far down below the rejection block do we go? Because this is kind of interesting. I wonder if we go -1 projection of the rejection block. I mean, negative 0.25. Sorry, this is a interesting side quest. Oh, wow. Wow. Wait. But did I mark this out wrong? Because I think it needs to be marked out. Sorry, let's mark this out completely right. It's so close. Part of me thinks it must be like that because, there's so many people trying to get their orders filled there. You know what I mean? Just watch how Artemis 3 sets the stage. If that lands, Mars is closer than we think. For real, bro. But like this is very interesting. The reason I say this is you know how we gradient different things? Like we gradient our rejection blocks with the high, the 0.75, the zero point 0.5, the 0.25, the low. Well, what happens if we do a negative 0.25 in anticipation of Dark Phoenix? Well, we get very close to the low. My speculation is that the reason it doesn't hit negative 0.25 is because so many people are front running the negative 0.25 with their orders. Oh yeah, we were gonna check absorption. Not really any. So, once again, what is Dark Phoenix? S and P or ES is using the the 15-second rejection block as Phoenix. Specifically, this makes the soup of this makes NQ's rejection block. So cool. Right, and then we could pop a gradient on the rejection block and it gets very, very close. Very, like crazy close to negative 0.25. And if you project out the rejection block, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woohoo! Oh, that is fun. Wow. I actually measured it out badly. Oh, wow. That, that just puts a smile on my face. That's cool. I mean, that is really cool. And I'm guessing I measured it out somewhat inaccurately because we don't quite hit 4 projections the first time, but it's all good. But you guys can go on the stream, and I said this is probably Dark Phoenix. Oh, let's get True Opens out as well. Because, once again, like, this is going to be helpful to know if it's Dark Phoenix or not. So this is at 9:29. $9.29 Dark Phoenix. Actually, it's 9:29.00. Right? Because right on that candle. Soup. Wait, no, this is on the 15-second. And then we'll show how you could take the trade as well. First, let's also include the True Opens. Once again, True Opens are really, really helpful. Like how would I, like, this is one of the main reasons I'm able to be like, okay, if we're getting SMT against the True Opens in this direction, we're probably going to expand the opposing direction, right? That's too many notes. Pretty cool. So next we'll take a look at that 15-minute gap, but guys, the reason, right, we get such aggressive expansion with no entry opportunity, the reason that this occurs is because this was Dark Phoenix. And it's annoying for me, because I want to get in, right? Um but it's okay. But hopefully that explains why there really was no entry, right? Is because it was a Dark Phoenix. Bang. Okay, let's look at something else now. Now I kind of want to return back to. Oh, we should have looked at S&P more. Okay, we need to go to S&P, ES, and make sure we understand like what is going on ES, right? Because being able to understand what's occurring on ES explains how to trade the NQ, right? So on ES, we have stacked SMTs, but we're utilizing the rejection block still, right? So S&P hasn't taken the data low, right? So this is just the normal Phoenix model right here off of this 15-second rejection block. Now, with it being such a wide rejection block, I would definitely use CE of this because it's just so wide, right? And if you use CE, then that makes this Phoenix 0. And honestly, with how wide it is, you could even use the 0.25. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. That's a very reasonable thing to do. And I'm gonna get rid of this midpoint. Right, so we gradient the rejection block here on S&P. I'm just trying to help. Like, I just want to. Wow, we probably went to the 8th, huh? That actually is. I'm pretty sure we went to the 8th. That's crazy. Right there to the 8th. That's sick. So, once again, right, what I'm trying to get at is here. Is this is a 15-second rejection block, and the low of it is the data low, right? So what does that mean? Well, if we have SMT with NQ with the data low, this is going to be Phoenix model on ES. Yeah, let's actually. Same thing with the true opens, they get manipulated. So this right here, and here is all Phoenix model. Phoenix 0. Right? Why? Because this is the midpoint right here. So actually all of this is Phoenix 0. It's just I need to make this more readable. So all the orders getting filled here is Phoenix entry at the midpoint. Okay, so this makes sense now. Hopefully it makes sense now. It might not make sense, but that's okay. $9.29. This is on ES. Right there. Hey, what up, SowDipFX? How's it going, bro? How are you doing? Okay, let's move on from this rejection block. I feel like I've only looked at this rejection block for like 30 minutes. But to be fair, it's pretty interesting stuff. So, I mean, I don't blame it myself, but I also gotta move on. This is the 15-second chart, right? Okay. Oh, I meant 15-second. My gosh. Okay, let's re-screenshot this. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from this. We've been looking at the same thing for way too long. Oh, my laptop is gonna die soon. Great. I don't want to plug it in. I'm gonna be cooked soon. Should I just go over to my desk? I'm actually really comfortable today here. Let's go until I absolutely have to. I'm at 30% battery. That's still a lot. So once again, guys, I called this 15-minute discount for Value Gap so nicely. I said, guys, watch this, right? And I called it. I called it. I said, this should be a good area. Oops. How did I know that we were going to react there? Because the data low was resting inside of it perfectly, and we'd been accumulating all pre-market. So it's just like really obvious accumulation, manipulation, distribution, using this as the key level. It's all AMD, guys. Once you understand that, you see the market through the lens of that, and then you're able to find the highest probability trades. Right, and then yeah, we had the sweep the data low. So this is where things get kind of cool because um yeah, it's a 15-minute discount for value gap, but things get really fun once we get both an internal and external liquidity sweep. Because external liquidity gets swept on the data low here. This is that dark phoenix, but there'd been no internal liquidity sweep. Then we actually come back down, efficiently deliver the gap, and reclaim it. 15-minute. This is we've used it once, we've used it twice, we've used it 3 times, so that's what I refer to as supercharged, right? Supercharged gap. Um, but yeah. But basically just a reclaimed gap more than twice. Right, external sweep of the data low, and then internal sweep of this low. Efficiently delivering the gap. What just happened? Uh-oh. I accidentally clicked the button right there. So I think there was an S&T with that low. I'm just gonna say there probably was. I don't really want to look. Should I look? Maybe, but it's fine. Right. That's nice. So this is such a fascinating market open because we get this instant whipsaw effect where we go pump, back down, dump because we have no internal sweep, and then we go up. Hey, how long are you trading for? Yo, yo, what up, bro? I've been trading for 32 months, 2 2 and 2/3 years. So yeah. So yeah, I think you could align this 15-minute gap with honestly with no, I would align this. I would just take the 2022 model out of this. Could this not have been more obvious of a 2022 model? I mean, I called this live. Y'all saw me call this live, right? I said, "Ooh, you know what's so special about this? This is really cool because this is not just any low as well. This is market open low. So, oh, wow. So, external sweep of the data low, internal sweep of market open low. Wow, that is really nice actually. Once again, if you guys don't know, not all highs and lows are created equal, right? Some highs and lows are more significant, right? Like the high and low of a news event or the high and low of market open. And what's so cool is our external and our internal sweep take out both. I didn't even realize that. So you could take this as a change in state on the 15-second, or you could take this as a 2022 model. It's literally up to you. But if you take it as a change in state here. So this is aligning the 15-minute gap with a 15-second change in state. Once again, like I've been noticing more and more that the exact line time frames, they're not they're not you don't have to say I can't take a trade if I don't have the line time frames exactly. Like I could align, since this is a smaller 15-minute gap, I could align a 15-second change in state with a 15-minute fair value gap, which once again, it's based off of context how big the gap is. I mean, there's the default aligned time frames, but it's not really the required. So now this low is basically protected. I wanna, you know what? I wanna see if there was SMT. Why is there no? Why is there no right hand side? Might have been with YM. No, I'm not as comfortable as I was. I don't know. Sometimes I'm comfortable sitting here, sometimes I'm not. That's beautiful. I think. Wait. Hmm. That's a strange SMT. Lower low. We have an SMT with this low here. I don't know if that's worth marking. It's kind of a weird one. Let's just not mark it. It's fine. Once again, you don't need SMT to frame a model. It's not required. Like, this is such a high conviction model. I'm still taking this. There probably was some kind of SMT though. There's so many different ways to project this. You could have projected it with yeah, there's a million ways to do this. You could project it like this. 4 projections, 7 projections both get hit really nicely. You could project it like this. This is also really nice. A little bit more precise than this one. Even more aggressive. Um, this is pretty reasonable. And then run it back up to market open highs. There you go. Bang. Now, I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's obviously a giant void, but if you have conviction in this, could be nice. Beautiful. That is beautiful delivery. Treat all this as void. Check to see if there was absorption. Dang, no absorption. There's definitely a lot of pretty aggressive negative delta down here, though. Negative 56 on that candle. Negative 90. Yeah, we had a ton of market selling down there. So even though it's like not like officially a whale selling, there's definitely a lot of selling. Beautiful. 940 on the dot. 940.00. Flow state, I'm aligning a 15-minute supercharged gap with a 15-second CSD. Once again, you could just take this as a 2022 model. In all honesty, it is much more obvious as a 2022 model. It really is, right? I mean, mark this out. Fair value gap. I called this live. You guys go watch the stream. I called this live. This is beautiful. That was so cool. I can't believe I called that. Finally, starting to call 2022 models a little better. 2022 model is one of the hardest to like really understand. But once you do, it's like one of the hardest things to really understand. But once you do, it's so powerful. Measure out this displacement leg, and you can see the 0.705. I wouldn't do that one. I would do this one. Yeah, this song is good. You could enter equilibrium as well. Either way. What did I call this? Golden Pocket. I like that name. And then we could also mark it out as my Halcyon protocol. Right. Find equilibrium. Maybe it stops you out. I don't know. Actually, I don't feel the need to mark it out like that because I think I would take it like this and I get stopped out. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, what else do I look at? Once again, a lot of people were probably wondering why did we go up and down like this. Meanwhile, I was pretty aware that that was likely because we had I think it was an unmitigated 15 or an unfilled. I don't know. It was something. There was some unused gap. Yeah, it was unmitigated. Made like it almost made too much sense. Like if I didn't see that move back down, I would have been concerned because this is just a massive unmitigated gap here. And why would we get through that right away? It is like perfect. This it made too much sense. Like why would we ever just get through this on the first go? You can see how well the market responds to this. Why would we get through this on the first go? If we got through this on the first go, I would be concerned. and then efficient delivery of it here. My laptop is gonna die soon. Halfway, 15% left. So this, once again, we're gonna have to align it with something lower than the 15 second, or 1 minute. We're gonna have to align it with a 30-second or a 15-second. Yeah, we're gonna have to line it with a 15-second. But you line it with a 15-second, this is really actually beautiful. It's really, really beautiful delivery. Beautiful. And we have external liquidity swept. I mean, these highs, this high. Alright, so we sweep out external liquidity. And then we sweep out internal liquidity. It's like a little machine, you know? External liquidity taken. Internal liquidity taken. And so we can identify this as very likely to be manipulation. pay attention to true opens as well, right? We're above them. There's 922.30. Here's 730 all the way over here. Then we rebalance back to time-based discount. So hopefully you can see what I'm seeing, right? 15-minute PD array. Right? 15-minute PD array. Efficient delivery of this gap. External liquidity swept. Internal liquidity swept. And then I'm taking this change in state back down every time. I'm going to project out these up close candles. Four projections. Now that is what we call textbook. Running it back to where? Market open lows. Filling in this implied void. Because why is this a void? Because it's just instant pump. Once again, I'd probably just take profit at market open lows, but we do hit four projections. Cool thing about this is there is no drawdown. And we could even look for a lower time frame, change in state, but this is definitely not bad. Nice death candle though. You enter on the retest. I mean, it's not that much different, but maybe get a little more RR out of it. Probably not that much. What's the opposite of a death candle? Because you can't call a bullish death candle a death candle. 9:35:45. I'm gonna get my phone. Oh man. Okay. 9:35:45. Yeah, that's I would say that checks out. 9:35:45. That was the time, right? Yeah. Let's see if it does align with the 5 second, because it might. I mean, yeah, it does. Tricky thing is, lining a 15-minute, I'm gonna get a gap with 5 second CSD is kind of crazy, but maybe there's a 5 minute gap. Yeah, I mean it's a giant 5 minute gap too, and it's a 3 minute, like, oh, it's a 1 minute. It's very reasonable, I would say, to align it with a 5 second. I mean, it also inverses this gap. It's like 2 and 1. Now you can project this. Maybe project out the breaker. It's a little better. And then we go 8 projections. $935.40. Yeah, 935.40. There you go. Bang. $935.40 on the 5-second. Okay. I might make a market recap today. Anything else interesting about today? Oh yeah, there was a new week opening gap trade from the other day I wanted to backtest that I never got to. It was right here. Was it, or was it somewhere else? I can't remember where it was. Either way. Maybe let's just use this one. Let's mark this out. The only other one is like here and up here. Okay. So those are the only two I'm going to look at. Oh my gosh. Come on. I guess I could look at this one too. Okay. Yeah, this the reversal at 10 did use this upper end dog. This end dog definitely used an Asia session today. Oh, and that's beautiful. Wow. We didn't even notice that, but the end dog from this morning, that reversal we were just looking at, was perfectly sponsored by this new day opening gap here. And then this reversal here was sponsored by the new week opening gap. So let's see if there was hand of FA off of this. We were already anticipating essentially a reversal there. So this is why this new day opening gap works so well. We were already anticipating it to reverse here. Maybe 15-second. We're looking for a pin bar or an outside bar. Hmm. It's not obvious. I don't see anything. Still though, it's pretty cool. I mean, maybe there is one on the 1 second, but that's just, I don't know. It's a little extreme, but yeah, we'll see. Let's check. Volatility was pretty good, pretty liquid, so. Might make a market recap real quick. It might be. Yes. Why is there a 1 second pin bar? That actually makes me like, I don't know. Like, I'm not surprised, but also that's ridiculous. But that's there. That's ridiculous. It's a hand of FA on the 1 second. Yes, I could check it to see if it's a precision swing point. I really do not want to. Like, at all. Bang, efficient delivery into this. I don't really care to mark that though. Incredible.